you guys have essentially retired houses, right? You for so long we had 60-50, and then you had McAlpin, whatever the numbers were, and now everyone was living in their own apartments. It sounds like, you know, Scump and Big Timer and Maniac and Embos and Flamesword, that whole core group have sort of moved on to different projects or aren't really living in the same proximity as they used to. I mean, how much communication or how different does it feel now that you're not seeing those guys every day? I mean, how much has that changed, and how do you feel from just the detachment that you probably have had?
It's my life got turned upside down, man. I used to go to a place in which people were every single day, which I interacted with, and we went to lunch and we had dinner and we had breakfast and we created content together. Sometimes it was just me pointing the camera at them, and that was like a daily life that I miss dearly, right? But I very early on, being 29 and obviously having a wife and a kid, I knew that I was going to go through the fact that you guys too were going to be growing up, and it worried me like very early on. I'm like, man, like at some point or another, like they're going to be grown-ups and they're going to move out, and this will disappear at some point. And you know, obviously it did, right? Everything changed. Big Timer has his girlfriend. They just bought a house. They're about to start building. He's got his dog, his cats. I mean, name it. You name it. What's his name? Flamesword lives with his girlfriend. Embos, you know, has a girlfriend, a steady one. And then, I mean, everybody, bro, everybody has grown up like right before my eyes. And I expected that to happen, but it's sort of like you blink and then it's like, it's there. You know, look at Jack. Jack's got a girlfriend and shit. He's about to get a Lamborghini. He used to be at the Emerson with his fucking Buick LeSabre or some shit.
Bro,
a lot of things
in my man, you know, Hector, I'm going to tell you something that might be a surprise. I don't miss living at the Emerson, you know.
At the jailhouse?
Literally, when the first time you guys pulled me up there, I've seen videos, it looked like a prison.
Yeah, everybody felt that
way. Dude, I treated it as that. I didn't have a table, I didn't have a couch. I had Hector come over, I think, my place one time when I first moved in to like drop something off or help me with a reaction video or something. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't think I hosted a single person there other than like my dad.
Yeah, you can't host. And the thing is like I found a house that we were going to put everybody in that would have worked perfectly, but obviously, you know, different strategies, and it's just never ended up materializing. But you know, I sort of wanted to carry on what we had going on in Illinois, the thing that made us so successful in many regards. So when we moved down here, I thought, I'm like, okay. The thing is like the guys also said, I don't want to live in a house. Like apartments would be dope. But then we ended up getting apartments at the Emerson in Frisco instead of like uptown Dallas, which was also a conversation that we had. You know, we all sort of, you know, thought and had this vision for what it was going to be like, and it just ended up not being. I mean, shit, man, we're like three years ago and we're still talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I think content houses are tough. I mean, the idea as a whole, I think for 60-50 worked so well because it was so organic and everyone had the same goals and we were a part of the same team, like actually competing together. So no matter what, our schedules were going to be synced up together and we were aligned with our mindset and our approach to practice in some ways. In other ways, we weren't because of Minecraft and some other shit. But content as well, we were all trying to make it and we were still young and hungry and everyone was pretty much at the same level of success. So it was just, let's get shit done. And now I've been in a few different iterations of content houses and even living in the one that Jack and I are in right now. We have Brooke, obviously Mason Symphony's been here. He's part of Energy. I just think the landscape or how the house actually operates and approaches content is so different now, right? Because Jack is obviously wildly successful, spends the majority of his time streaming, and there really isn't much video creation beyond those streams and even the reacts videos that he's doing on More Courage, which is doing really well, by the way, the second channel. You guys should go check it out. But for me, it's like I have other responsibilities with 100 Thieves, and I'm not uploading as much to my main channel. You know, we do a podcast week, we do a content house. I have other responsibilities, phone calls, meetings, all this other shit. And in some regards, I do wish, you know, that old school content house feel and operation could benefit people that maybe aren't in the same position as Jack and I, right? Like I would love if Jack and I film more independent videos just ourselves for our channels, but I understand why we don't. You know, I just don't think content houses work well or as efficiently if everyone, it doesn't have the same platform that they're creating for and the same video format that they need to create every single day. I just think it's tough.